Yeah, I'm gonna protect my peace, but this has been on my heart. This has been weighing on my heart because I didn't know that this was a big deal.
The recent fallout between Kimmi Scott and Nell Fletcher has taken the Love and Marriage, Huntsville fanbase by storm. What started as a subtle shift in their relationship has now escalated into a full-blown public dispute, leaving fans and cast members alike questioning the dynamics of the show. Initially, Kimmi and Nell shared a friendly rapport. Kimmi welcomed Nell into the group, offering support and camaraderie. Their interactions were warm, with Kimmi even defending Nell when some of the other ladies expressed reservations about her. However, over time, their relationship began to change.
Like when people think I'm being messy. Hell, if I'm being messy, I tell you I'm being messy. I'd be the first person to tell you that I'm being messy.
Kimmi's engagement with Nell's social media posts dwindled, likes, comments, and tags became scarce. Fans noticed the shift, and whispers of tension began to surface. According to insiders, this wasn't merely a case of filming fatigue. Something deeper was at play. Kimmi, known for her professionalism, started setting clear boundaries, signaling that the nature of her relationship with Nell had fundamentally changed. The situation became more complicated with the involvement of Mauro Scott, Kimmi's brother-in-law. As Nell grew closer to Mauro and his wife, Letitia Scott, tensions escalated. Kimmi has previously expressed distrust towards Mauro, particularly regarding his handling of conflicts and his role in group dynamics. Nell's increased association with Mauro and Letitia raised eyebrows, suggesting a potential alignment that Kimmi found concerning.
Keep it 100. And before you get on social media, TV, YouTube, talking about what you think you know, maybe reach out to the people that you're about to talk about and ask maybe if it's true or not. Because it can land you in trouble when you speak of people that's not true.
This perceived alliance was more than just social. In the world of love and marriage, Huntsville, friendships often translate into alliances, and alliances can influence the narrative. Kimmi, ever observant, likely saw Nell's growing closeness to Mauro and Letitia as a shift in loyalties, prompting her to reassess their relationship. The turning point in their relationship reportedly occurred during an off-camera moment when Nell allegedly made a dismissive comment about Kimmi's health journey. While the exact words remain unclear, sources close to the situation suggest that the remark felt more like a backhanded jab than genuine concern. Given Kimmi's openness about her health struggles, such a comment was particularly hurtful. For Kimmi, this wasn't just a disagreement, it was a personal affront. The breach of trust was significant, and the emotional impact was profound. In the aftermath, Kimmi took decisive action. She unfollowed Nell on Instagram, a move that spoke volumes in the world of social media. But she didn't stop there. Kimmi blocked Nell, signaling a firm boundary. Nell responded with a cryptic Instagram story, "Sometimes peace means letting go." While not explicitly directed at Kimmi, the timing suggested otherwise. Kimmi countered with her own post, "Distance is peace." These posts were more than just words, they were digital declarations of their fractured relationship. Other cast members took notice, with some liking, sharing, or commenting on the posts, further fueling the public spectacle. The fallout didn't remain confined to Kimmi and Nell. Maurice Scott, Kimmi's husband, found himself caught in the middle. Reports indicate that Maurice attempted to mediate between Kimmi and Mauro, hoping to prevent further escalation. However, Mauro allegedly leaked private conversations, including sensitive information Kimmi had shared in confidence. This breach of trust added another layer of complexity to the situation. For Kimmi, the betrayal wasn't just from a friend, it was from family. Maurice, torn between loyalty to his wife and his brother, faced an incredibly challenging position. As filming progressed, the atmosphere on set became increasingly tense. Cast members reportedly walked on eggshells, with interactions marked by cold greetings and minimal eye contact. Kimmi, known for her professionalism, refused to film with certain cast members if Nell was present, further highlighting the depth of the rift. Even the final cast dinner, typically a celebratory event, was marred by the ongoing tension.
Mayweather. Over the years, I've been put in these situations many a times. Sometimes I walked away. Sometimes I took it head on. And I feel that if I'm pushed too far, which I feel that I'm already at a tipping point right now, that we will be fighting.
Nell arrived first, appearing unbothered, but when Kimmi showed up, the mood shifted. The evening ended abruptly, with production cutting scenes shorter than planned due to the palpable discomfort. The public's response was swift and divided. Supporters of Kimmi praised her for setting boundaries and protecting her peace, especially given her health challenges. On the other hand, some fans accused Kimmi of playing the victim, suggesting that she was manipulating the narrative to portray herself as the wronged party. Critics pointed to Kimmi's history of remaining silent until she could control the narrative, suggesting that her actions were calculated rather than spontaneous. Conversely, supporters highlighted her vulnerability and the emotional toll the situation had taken on her. While Kimmi has been vocal in expressing her feelings, Nell has taken a different approach. She has maintained a quiet presence on social media, posting serene images and refraining from commenting on the situation. This silence has led to speculation among fans and insiders. Some believe Nell is preparing to share her side of the story in a sit-down interview, one that won't be edited or filtered by production.
I think Dustin has a point, and sometimes it's hard to hear.
Her eyes were moist too.
When she said, "I'm sorry, I love you," yeah, we thought they had a turning point in St. Thomas. Like, by the time we got back, things were very different. Than the energy, Destiny had by the time we got back was different than what we thought we saw while we were there.
Sources suggest that Nell feels she was. So here we are after all the unfollows, the cryptic quotes, and the silent shade. We're left with one big question: what really went down between Kimmi and Nell? This wasn't just a casual social media block. This was a public signal that something deep, personal, and probably long brewing finally hit a breaking point. And what started as a quiet shift in energy exploded into a situation that's got fans, cast members, and producers all paying attention. For years, Kimmi has been known as the calm one. The one who keeps things level, chooses her words carefully, and doesn't jump into the mess unless absolutely necessary. So when someone like Kimmi hits that block button, something real happened. It's not just for drama, it's because the trust is gone. And let's be honest, in the love and marriage, Huntsville universe, relationships are layered. They're not just friendships, they're alliances. They're business ties. They're emotional support systems. So when a bond like Kimmi and Nell starts to crumble, it doesn't just affect them, it shakes up the entire cast dynamic. It even touched the Scott family, putting Maurice in a difficult spot between his wife and his brother. That alone shows how deep this cut went. Now, let's talk about Nell's silence. It's been loud. While Kimmi made her feelings clear through subtle posts and unfollowing moves, Nell chose the opposite route. Yoga pics. Nature walks. No drama in sight. But the fans aren't buying the Zen mode completely. Some say she's staying quiet because she's waiting for the right moment to speak. Word on the street is that she's planning a tell-all and unfiltered, sit-down interview where she can finally explain her side of the story. If that happens, it could completely flip how people view this entire situation. Because here's the thing, the camera doesn't always catch everything. And editing can shape how a person looks on screen. If Nell really feels like she's been misrepresented or that her scenes were cut or twisted, that interview might be her chance to finally take back control of her own story. But even without a sit-down interview, one thing is clear. This fallout isn't just a one-episode issue. It's become part of the show's larger storyline. And depending on how it's handled at the reunion, it could change how viewers see both Kimmi and Nell moving forward. Let's not forget the reunion is coming fast, and fans are already buzzing. Will Kimmi address the fallout head-on? Or will she avoid the topic completely? There's even talk she's asked producers to steer the conversation away from certain things, maybe to protect her peace, or maybe because the drama runs deeper than we know. Whatever happens, OWN has a choice to make. Will they let the full truth unfold, or will they try to clean things up for the cameras? Because trust me, if the reunion skips over this, the audience is going to notice. Fans are invested now. They've picked sides. They've analyzed posts, watched clips, and replayed interviews trying to find the hidden messages. And honestly, this situation has reminded everyone of something really important. Sometimes, silence isn't peace. Sometimes, silence is just the space between the explosion and the aftershock. So now, we wait. Will Kimmi and Nell ever make peace? Will Maurice be able to bring the family back together? And will Nell finally speak? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure, this isn't over. This drama didn't end when filming wrapped. It didn't end with a block or a quote post. And it definitely won't end without some real conversations and probably a few more plot twists. As the reunion approaches, we'll either get the full picture or we'll get even more questions. But until then, we want to know what you think. Are you Team Kimmi or Team Nell? Was Kimmi right to draw a hard line? Or is Nell being unfairly shut out of a group that once welcomed her? Drop your thoughts in the comments, don't hold back. We know this audience always brings the heat and the truth. Let us know who you believe, what you think really caused the fallout, and how you'd handle it if you were in their shoes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. We've got more love and marriage Huntsville updates coming your way, more tea, more behind the scenes, and yes, probably more drama. Thanks for watching. Thanks for riding with us through all the twists and turns, and we'll see you next time with the latest reality TV breakdown you didn't know you needed. Until then, stay tuned, stay real, and stay ready, and how you'd handle it if you were in their shoes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. We've got more love and marriage Huntsville updates coming your way, more tea, more behind the scenes, and yes, probably more drama. Thanks for watching. Thanks for riding with us through all the twists and turns, and we'll see you next time with the latest reality TV breakdown you didn't know you needed. Until then, stay tuned, stay real, and stay ready.